I'm here to share 3 books that I'm going to start off reading March Mystery Madness with, featuring. I didn't really, at the end of the day, I'm gonna probably pick up a number of mysteries anyway, so it's not that big a deal, but I still wanted to try to at least take the theme of 2x2 / doubles to some kind of level of thinking for myself. I don't know, I wanted to make it be the impetus for some picky, choosy picks. All right, I was really want to focus on that, and I decided that I'm gonna look at like 2 different individuals recommending or suggesting 2 different reads. The first book that I have is actually called Cocaine Blues by Carrie Greenwood, and it is the first book in her I think it's Frying Fisher mystery series. If you can see the cover, that cover is banging though. That's like artwork that you can put on your wall. But this book was, I asked a viewer named Sophie what it is that she was going to be reading for March Mystery Madness, and she said that she was going to be closing out or either catching up with this particular series. I think she said closing out, but I went to look it up and I was like, oh, okay, I recognize the series per the TV show adaptation of this series, but that's kind of the limit. Usually when I see books where it's like there's this 1920s Great Gatsby vibe going on in the mystery, they seem to all look the same when you go to the bookstore. So I know about this author, but it just never was. I was like, okay, well, here's another one, right? But when I looked it up and saw that the first book was actually called Cocaine Blues, I was just like, okay, it's like, okay, I can get with that, right? So yeah, and this is a Australian author, and the series takes place in Australia as well. But just a little bit of the back as it concerns the protagonist, which of course is Frying Fisher. Almost immediately from the time she books into the Windsor Hotel, Frying is embroiled in mystery, poisoned wives, cocaine smuggling rings, corrupt cops, and communism, not to mention erotic encounters with the beautiful Russian dancer Sasha Delise. I don't know, and I ain't finna go on and on about it until her adventure reaches its steamy end in the Turkish baths and Little Lonsdale Street. So yeah, I was like, okay, we'll see what's up. I mean, ain't that big a deal, right? If Sophie likes it, I'm pretty sure I will too. That's how we thinking. So the next book is a book that actually Elizabeth is going to be reading as a part of a book club. I think her and her book club is going to read it. So she mentioned it, and I was just like, hey, my library has it. Like, what the hell? I'll just check it out and see what's up, because I've seen it before and it looks interesting. But anyway, that is Murder in Old Bombay by Nev March. I try to cover the little library thing because I don't want nobody to dox me. I mean, they can find my information, but I don't want to be doxed still. But by Nev March. This is a nice cover too. It's giving me some Amelia Peabody vibes, which is one of the series that I hope to get to this year. But in 1892, Bombay is the center of British India. Nearby, Captain Jim, I'm not going to pronounce that last name, it's not going to happen, lies in Pune military hospital, recovering from a skirmish on the wild northern frontier, with little to do but reread the tales of his idol Sherlock Holmes and browse the daily papers. The case that catches Captain Jim's attention is being called the crime of the century. 2 women fell from the busy university's clock tower in broad daylight. Moved by Adi, the widower of one of the victims, his certainty that his wife and sister did not commit suicide, Captain Jim approaches the Parsi family and is hired to investigate what happened that terrible afternoon. Okay, so it's giving Sherlock Holmes, Elizabeth Peters. It's definitely giving some Agatha Christie in there a bit, but it just looks like a good book. So Elizabeth's gonna be reading that, and I said, what the I'll whatever, I'll check it out too. Just check it out. So the last book that I'm sharing is a book that nobody suggested. It's just a book that I'm suggesting it to myself. So that's me, past me, suggesting it to future present me too. And it's a book that I've seen for a while, probably over a year now, and I'm just not getting to it, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But here's the author. You know, I gotta rep, and that is A Spell for Trouble, Apothecary Mystery by, her name is Esme Addison. But yeah, I've wanted to read this book for a while, and I had to do it where, you know, they drew it from another branch in the library and they put it on hold. I said, now's the time, jump for it, go for it. Bam, I went ahead and just put it on the list and got it. We'll see what it says. I don't know. Alexandra Daniels hasn't set foot in the quiet seaside town of Bellamy Bay, North Carolina in over 20 years. Ever since her mother's tragic death, her father has mysteriously forbidden her from visiting her aunt and cousins. But on a whim, Alex accepts an invitation to visit her estranged relatives and to help them in their family business, which is an herbal apothecary known for its remarkably potent teas, salves, and folk remedies. I'll say melodies, remedies. And then as far as the threat, Alex discovers that her own family is at the center of a salacious town gossip, and that they are rumored to be magical healers descended from mermaids. She brushes this off as nonsense until a local is poisoned and her aunt Lydia is arrested for the crime. Alex is certain Lydia is being framed, and she resolves to find out why. So basically, as the title, as a synopsis states, you know, descendants of mermaids on the shore, on the land. So you know, there's no, I guess what's the face and stuff is coming about is I've been really hesitant. As much as I love cozies, I've been really hesitant to finish a lot of cozy series lately, except the ones that I really am very much geared towards finishing or reading, like Monica Ferris, which I just need to get some work done on there. So starting a new series, there's a lot of trepidation that comes with it now. I think that I've kind of grown out of certain elements that are featured in cozies. You know, it's like I'm looking at that and I'm reading it, and I'm getting some PTSD of Amanda Flower, which I do have the second book, and I do want to read the second book in this series to see how much of it that I really enjoy about this series, because I think there's much more to it. But I'm getting a little bit of PTSD about that, you know, the magical elements and stuff, the love triangle. It's you know, we will see. Okay, we will see. I can't look you guys in the eye because I'm just like, I don't know, but we will see. We'll see. So anyway, those are the books that I plan on starting reading March Mystery Madness with. And if I can't finish them now, I'm kind of going to be okay, because I got more than enough to go around and read. But what I'm currently reading right now is actually Chester Himes's The Crazy Kill, which is the third book in his Grave Digger and Ed Coffin, I hope I get that right, series. And here is Chester Himes. These books are freaking fantastic. They are fantastic. They are, I think that they're published between the late 50s and maybe in the 70s. They really have like a retro blaxploitation, except smarter, way smarter, more craftier vibe to them. You know, you got the two black police detectives running around Harlem. You know, they take some very much unconventional means to get the answers and to the questions that they have, if you know what I'm saying, like you know, like stuff like that. But I'm really enjoying this book, because I like the fact that the main portions of his books don't necessarily revolve around the principal characters, but his books really do speak to a sort of commentary in regards to the actual suspect characters who are surrounding the victim. In this case, there's a victim who was found in a breadbasket, murdered with a knife stabbed in his heart, and it could be his sister who has done it, his fiance who's done it, or branching off into his sister's husband, who is he's a what do you call those things? He's a racketeer, I believe, who has a lot of money, gambling, that sort of thing. So it's a number of different places that this could end, as far as I'm on my last 60 pages. And I really just love this. I love the style. I love how sharp these books are. I love how just the voice, obviously the voice. I love both the brevity of it all too. He doesn't hold you too tightly, and he tells just a good story. I just love how alive Chester Himes' characters feel within his books. Now, a lot of times I'm like, I don't know, should y'all be doing it like this? But they just feel so alive, and I'm so lucky because I got the rest of the books in this series to read, already purchased. So that's what I'm going to be having my tea with. Going to be reading probably maybe a little bit more of The Crazy Kill. I've read enough of it today that I can just leave it for tomorrow if I choose. So we'll see. But what I did finish reading recently was actually Walter Mosley's A Red Death, which is the second book in his Easy Rawling series. All right, so that is it. That's it. That's it. It's a sandwich. That's it. We'll see what this gives. That's it. Bye.